Zimbabwe. Good afternoon, fellow Zimbabweans. Welcome to episode 31. It'll be a mixed Shona and English. And today's topic, we are asking who actually votes for the junta. As bad as the country is at the moment, and as popular as the opposition may look at all the rallies and stuff that they have, there are still people who vote for the junta. Ndivanani vari kuvotera junta? Who are they? You see, rigging of elections in Zimbabwe has changed over the years. From the blatant ballot box stuffing, dead citizens on the voters' roll, citizens voting multiple times, vote counting done without opposition agents, the junta have moved on to a system that relies more on intimidation, patronage, nepotism, and only when really and absolutely necessary, as a last resort, it resorts to violence. Land reform, according to various sources, resettled between 169 and 300,000 families. So let's split that difference and arrive at a figure of 234,000. These people have been given land. They have perhaps built homes on the land. Some are even earning a small livelihood of subsistence off of that land. The junta, as we all know, my title deeds. Those people have not got title deeds, and therefore these citizens stay on that land only if they follow what the junta wants, which includes voting for them. Each of those families, how many people are per family? They have parents. Perhaps they even have some children of voting age. Perhaps brothers and sisters. Perhaps even grandparents all stay there. Let's assume only half of the land beneficiaries are intimidated enough to vote for the junta. And let's assume their spouse joins them and 2 more family members per each piece of land. That alone gives us a conservative estimated 468,000 votes right there. What about our civil service, Vanashandra government, Murumende Medu? We have about 300,000 employees, excluding the police, army and prison services, which adds approximately another 130,000. An estimated total of 430,000 employees. The majority of these are lower paid positions. They do definitely want change, but cannot openly support the opposition as they would risk losing their jobs. The top chefs, the guys that are earning the big bucks, are 100% junta appointees and will definitely do anything to keep the junta in power. The army, police and CIO are all forced to vote by the junta and being inspected by their senior commanders to make sure that they do vote for them. So we can safely assume 130,000 of the military personnel will vote for the junta. Of the 300,000, perhaps their family, their wives, their children, and so forth, perhaps half of them perhaps would follow suit. That's 250,000 votes. Again, these people have families and spouses, and some will rely on their position in the civil service to survive, and so will vote with their family income earner. Again, let's assume only the spouse will follow suit, and let's again only assume half will do so. That's another 125,000 votes. Total 375,000. Then we have the war vets, the ministers, my MPs, my councillor, the politically connected businesses and companies that are milking the system. Ordinary citizens, perhaps, who have benefited in some way by the junta, business deals, contracts, government tenders. We have family, we have children of the political elite. This number is not known, but we can conservatively estimate that at least another 100,000 votes could be towards the junta. Lastly, we have the ordinary citizen. The ordinary citizen who has been fed propaganda since they were born. Citizens who believe in the junta, and even though they are suffering, they will be loyal to the liberation movement no matter what. Some are given food parcels towards elections. Others are given stands in the townships. Others are hired by the junta leaders in their activities leading up to the elections. Again, this number cannot be ascertained 100%, but we can conservatively estimate that there are at least 150,000 of them. If we add all these figures together, we will see that there is a total of plus minus 1.1 million votes already. The united opposition at its peak got just over 1.2 million voters. Now we have masplits, we have 3 or 4 splits per party, and new independent candidates, together with the general apathy and lack of confidence in the own opposition whose leaders have overstayed. And lastly, and more importantly, there have been no reforms at all. To add to this, the junta got well over 2 million votes in the last election. Stolen, rigged or not, the 2 million votes appears on paper, and it was accepted. Let us not assume that this election is going to be easy. Here at Brett Holley, we say, unless the leader of the junta dies, we would greatly want to advise the opposition that if there are no reforms, there should be no election. The risk of legitimizing this process, when it is fundamentally flawed, must not happen. We cannot do anything, even if we get 40 or 50 seats in Parliament. The Parliament has 210 seats, basically controlled by the junta as we speak. There is no ways 40 seats is going to change anything in a Parliament where the junta has the majority. Something else needs to be thought of. We cannot continue to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. If you agree with what we've said and you want to see a couple more videos, please feel free to see our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Both of them are entitled Brett Holley. Thank you very much.